Instagram just released a feature that if it works, it could be amazing. So I'm going to let the head of Instagram, Mosseri, take over, walk through the feature, and then we'll talk about what it means.
It would be cool if you could see how a reel is going to do before you actually post it on Instagram. That's the idea behind a new feature we're launching this week around trial reels. So we've been working on this really closely with creators for almost a year now to try and figure out ways to depressurize the experience of sharing reels on Instagram. And the way this works is you're going to be able to share a reel and mark it as a trial, and then it won't show up on your profile or on your Reels tab or even for anybody who follows you. Instead, we will show it just to some people who do not follow you, and you can see how it's doing. I'd recommend you look at how many likes and sends it's getting per reach. Look at that ratio. And then you can decide after a day or two if you actually want to commit to sharing it with everybody who follows you and having it show up on your profile. Hopefully making the experience of sharing reels a little bit less pressurized and a little bit more fun. Try it out if you get a chance and let me know down below in the comments what you think. Peace.
So that's the new feature, trial reels. And I'll summarize what he just said. So basically, when you create a reel right now, you only have the option of making it live to everybody, including your followers. You have to really jump all the way in. With this new feature, you can designate it as a trial. And when you do that, it will only show the reel to a small group of people that aren't your followers. So it will test the video with a completely cold audience so that you can see how a cold audience responds to it. And if you like the feedback, you like the performance, that's a very good indication that that will also go far when you post it to everyone, but you now have that choice. You can see how it does with a cold audience and then make that decision to take it down or to actually make it go fully live. I love this. I love this so much because it tells me they kind of have a degree of self-awareness and they are listening to creators to a degree, because they got killed by TikTok because TikTok solved this just by how their platform functions. People were willing to create content like crazy. They're willing to experiment and test like crazy, leading to a ton of content and a lot of experimentation, a lot of creativity. Instagram had the complete opposite. They had a massive content problem because whenever creators would go to post, they would ask themselves, is this Instagram worthy? Is this worth posting on Instagram? Because it felt so permanent. So because of that, content gets stale, only certain kind of contents get posted here, and people aren't willing to experiment, which was a massive, massive fundamental problem for Instagram, and this is their potential solution. Truthfully, I'm incredibly fired up for this, and this should mean for you that you're gonna experiment way more on Instagram, take way more tests, make way more experiments. This is fantastic news in my opinion. I wanna hear your thoughts in a second, but give me a second here. It's become very cool to just hate on Instagram, even when they do something that is genuinely good. This is good, okay? Now let's read a comment hating on him. Do something to support small accounts. The content is neither going to the followers nor being shown up in recommendations to non-followers. It's almost like people don't even listen or watch. For this feature to function, it's being shown, your content is now being shown to completely new people. So this is fantastic for small accounts because if you use this feature, you're guaranteed to be shown to new accounts. If no one sees your content when you turn this feature on, then you can say Instagram sucks. Instagram didn't show my content to any people or any new people. But if you put this trial reel on and you let people see the content, the trial, then you know those people were all people that didn't follow you. This is fantastic news. I think this is a really big win for Instagram as long as the feature works. They said they've been working on this for over a year and doing so collaboratively with creators. So we will see how it goes. I would show you a screen recording of it on my phone if I had access, but none of my accounts currently do. I'm located in Canada, so I'd love to know if you have access to this and where you are in the world if you have access. And if not, let me know that too. But let's walk through his demo again so you can see where you would find it. So I'll mute him. All you have to do is go post a reel like you normally would. You're gonna get this notification saying that you have access to this feature. Click try it. And then when you're actually just creating your reel as you normally would, creating it or uploading something, you can then designate it as a trial with a little button right here. You turn that on, that's gonna make it a trial, and you can send it out live and look at the feedback from a completely cold audience to decide if you wanna make that commitment of putting it on your actual page and letting it live there. This is what the trial reels insights will look like. So you'll see how many impressions or views it got, how many likes, comments, and shares. And as Mosseri has said publicly so many times, the biggest thing they're optimizing towards is getting posts pushed that get a lot of shares. So you want this views number to be as close to this number as possible, or other way around. You want as many shares as possible in relation to how many people saw it in general. You want as many shares as humanly possible. And then after that, he said likes. So these are the two numbers I'd pay the most attention to in relation to this. And if you like what you see in terms of feedback, you can share it to everyone, or you can just leave it as a trial. No harm, no foul. You took an experiment. It didn't pay off. You don't post it and make it live. So I personally love this change, but I want to hear from you because obviously the users are what matters. Do you like this change? Do you have access to it? If you do, please let me know where you are in the world because I'm jealous of you. And if you're looking to stay up to date with the latest in social media, this is the channel to help you do that. We eat, live, and breathe social media here at Flick. So definitely stick around and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.